I got some bad news for you. Rudy Giuliani is your next president. Haha. Again, remind you, it's not conservative versus liberal. It's taxpayers versus politicians. The Democratic Party is corrupt. The Republican Party is corrupt. Stop believing the media lies. Conservatives hate Giuliani. Liberals hate Giuliani. Everyone who knows anything about Giuliani hates him. But let's not go off on that tangent right now. We want to talk today, this moment, Rudy Giuliani is Hillary Clinton in drag. Now, P.T. Barnum said there's a sucker born every minute. I think he was wrong by 59 seconds. We have seen, you've seen it your whole life, you can fool the taxpayers all the time. And you can fool all of them all the time. Perfect illustration. All the I hate Hillary people are supporting Giuliani. Oops! Giuliani is Hillary Clinton by almost all criteria. Mitt Romney is starting to get the clue. Rudy is Hillary. Rudy Giuliani is even worse than Hillary in most ways. Rudy is the most liberal politician in American history. But that'll be another video if you don't believe me. The Washington Post did a recent story saying Rudy is a hardcore right-wing nutjob. Rudy is a hardcore right-wing nutjob half the time, and half the time he is a liberal flake. He flip-flops and keeps changing his stories. Same with Hillary Clinton. We don't know where Hillary Clinton stands on most issues. She won't tell us. She's given us different opinions when she does talk to us. Rudy and Hillary, identical. I can give you, check this out, for those naysayers out there. For every difference between Rudy and Hillary you can name, I'll name 10,000 similarities between the two. So bring it on, assholes. Every Republican who votes for Rudy is voting for Hillary. That's how stupid so many of these voters are. Now let me give you a couple examples. First one, major irony. Everyone seems to forget, and the newspapers aren't going to tell them. Rudy Giuliani created Hillary Clinton. She was just the president's wife running for Senate in New York. And Rudy promised the GOP he would slay the Hillary beast. Now, like every other promise Giuliani made in his life, he choked and flip-flopped. He said he was dropping out because of his prostate cancer. That was a lie, and his schedule proved it was a lie. He dropped out. The main reason he dropped out was because he got caught cheating on his wife and lost the conservatives, who were the only people who were on his side. The upstate conservatives. And Giuliani was getting his clock cleaned by Hillary anyhow, and she would have kicked his ass, because Rudy's an incompetent scumbag, like Bernie Kerik and Russell Harding and the rest of Giuliani's closest friends and allies and aides. But don't get me started. Rudy put Hillary in the Senate. Now, remember, he didn't simply drop out. He waited till the last minute, meaning his replacement had no chance Hillary had such a head start that Rudy's replacement, Rick Lazio, was furious at Rudy. The Republican machine was furious at Rudy because he ruined their chances of stopping Hillary. So Rudy not only broke his promise of stopping Hillary and getting into the Senate, but he helped her in every way possible. I can give you more and more details but come on, just do your homework, you stupid, stupid voters out there who are going to vote for this piece of shit, Rudy, to stop Hillary. They're identical twins. But wait, there's more. Hillary wouldn't be in the Senate if not for Rudy. Now remember, Rudy said, I can't run against her, my prostate cancer. I'm sorry, I promised to stop her, I failed. But 2 years later, she was up for election again. What happened that time, Rudy? He said, I'm too busy. Too busy to stop the Hillary beast, Rudy? Nobody believed him. He was lying. He said he was too busy to run for governor. He never had any intentions of those offices. He's been planning to be president since he was 15. He lied to everyone. Too busy. And I said, watch this. I have super ESP. I said to everybody, I bet you he finds the free time suddenly to run for president. Now, running for president requires about 9,000% more time of your schedule than running for Senate or governor. But Rudy managed to find all this free time. Bullshit. He lied to everybody again. How many times can Giuliani get caught lying to everybody and get away with it? I'm going to guess 7 billion times. And you're going to watch he gets away with it every day because the newspapers say, so what if he lies and flip-flops? We're not going to call him a flip-flopper. And notice how many articles leave out that. But I'm digressing still. And I have to keep this under 5 minutes. Holy crap. Check this out. Now, I'll just give you a couple examples. People say, oh, Rudy's not that similar to Hillary. Really? Pick a topic. Pick any topic you can possibly think of. Name one. Here's an example. Hillary believes in secrecy. She does not believe in releasing those documents about her time in the White House and all that stuff. She does not believe that public information should be released to the public. Rudy Giuliani, curious enough, has the exact same opinion. Now, I'm the opposite. I ran for office and I was on the ballot here in New York City. And I said anyone who withholds public information should be arrested and possibly get the death penalty. I'm not soft on crime like Rudy Giuliani. I think a politician who tries to hide stuff from the people who are his boss, us taxpayers, should probably get the death penalty. Ask Rudy, Rudy, do you think politicians who keep secrets from the boss? Because remember, ask Rudy, are you the servant of the people? Ask Hillary, are you the servant of the people? Or do you think you're above the people? Do you have to do whatever the people say, Hillary and Rudy? Do you have to get down on your knees and kiss our feet if we say so? Are you a public servant or do you think you're royalty? Because I think, imagine this, imagine Rudy works at a restaurant or any business and his boss says, tell me what you're doing on the job. And Rudy refused to tell him. He'd be fired. Rudy says he shouldn't be fired. He should be made president. The more secrets he keeps, he should be made president. Hillary says the same thing. I don't agree. I think if you keep secrets from the American people, you should be automatically removed from the ballot. Now ask the voters of Americans, conservative and liberal, and ask them if they agree with me. And most are going to say yeah. Hillary and Rudy believe in secrecy. Rudy himself told me, if the person is secret, they've committed a crime, they're doing something shady. Rudy Giuliani told me that, and I believe Rudy. If you got secrets, it's because you're covering something up, Rudy Giuliani. And every time Rudy says no comment or declines a comment, he is admitting total guilt. And I agree with you, Rudy. You're totally guilty. That's why you plead the fifth every freaking day, you scumbag crook. But I'm digressing. I want to give you more facts. Just to give you a couple examples of how, because I can give you literally over 80 million reasons why Rudy Giuliani and Hillary are identical twins. Here's an example. I and most Americans think that if the President of the United States, let's say George Bush, is found guilty by the Supreme Court of violating, let's say, the Bill of Rights due process clause, meaning he arrests Americans and says he can hold them forever without letting them even prove they're innocent. Guilty till proven innocent. It's actually worse than that. It's guilty with no chance of being able to prove you're innocent. Now, never mind the facts. The Supreme Court found Bush guilty and the Bush administration guilty of violating the U.S. Constitution. That's it. The game's over. You're convicted. You're convicted. You're convicted, Bush. Now, Bush told me if somebody gets convicted of certain laws, they should be executed. I agree with you, Mr. Bush. You were found guilty of violating the highest law in America, and you should be hung. I agree with you, Bush. I'm not soft on crime like you are, Bush. You think Libby and other people who lie to the American people should get away with it. I don't. Democrat, Republican, I don't care. You lie to the American people, you should hang. You violate the Constitution, you should hang. Now, Hillary Clinton says the President of the United States of America should not be punished in any way if he or she is found guilty of violating the Constitution. Rudy Giuliani, curious enough, says the exact same thing. Yet me and almost all Americans think the exact opposite. They've both sworn repeatedly to represent us, and yet they don't represent us on almost any topic in any way that resembles our opinions. They believe, both of them, that they can do whatever they want in office and we have no say in the matter. That's called totalitarianism. Giuliani and Hillary are identical in every way you can name. Name every reform you want in government. I say if a politician wastes our money, Bush, for instance, has admitted he can't find $9 billion of my money in Iraq. I believe you, Bush. You can't find $9 billion. But you owe me $9 billion, Mr. Bush. And if we have to take it out of all your assets, we should. You and your administration should all be punished and have to financially repay the American people for the $9 billion missing in Iraq. Hillary says, no, they shouldn't. And Rudy says, no, they shouldn't. The President of the United States, when he wastes your money or disappears your money, should not be held responsible. Now, as you can see, I can come up with 80 million more of those. Any topic you want. Rudy and Hillary, identical. There's probably only about 6 things they actually disagree with out of billions of topics in our society. Our society is a mess. People can't afford to buy houses. People can't afford to raise their kids. This country is a disaster. And Rudy and Hillary both promise more of the same. More of the same. And if you don't believe me, ask Rudy's people to debate me. They will decline. Now let's move on to other topics.